Hey guys, Bob here. Let's talk about this 1966 Plymouth Barracuda. Oh boy, I tell you what, this is a car that I bought, good Lord, 15 years ago. And the guy I bought it from, he pulled the motor, it had a 273 V8 in it. He pulled the motor out and took it apart and just lost interest in the car. He was a Chevy guy. He didn't really like Mopars, but I guess he got a deal on it, so I ended up buying it from him. I don't know, I think I paid $1,200 for it, and the back window was busted, so he threw in a parts car that had a good back window. So I installed the back window and a new gasket. Believe it or not, that gasket is 14 years old, and that's about as far as I got with it. I got tied up on some other projects and started back on this car about 4 years ago. And I sent the car to a body shop, restoration shop, and they put metal patches in the lower quarters, front and rear on both sides, and a metal patch on the I think it was on the front here on this side. I bought a parts car. The hood was bowed, was bent, so I bought a parts car. Got the hood off the parts car, and I think we put a patch on this quarter on this fender here, and front and rear here. So all that's been done correctly. I went on and trimmed out the inside. I fixed this lower lip up under here. I did that myself. I don't know how good you guys can see that. Not Barrett Jackson, but not bad. And put a new gasket around the trunk. Painted all this stuff. I was really making quite a bit of progress on it. I bought quite a few parts for it, new parts and good used parts. And while I was in the shop, I had the guy put floors in it. It's got new floors in it. All 4 floors are new and they're sanded down. The welds are sanded down and seam sealed. I bought that fiberglass front bumper for it, and these lightweight van seats. These things are very light. It came with low back buckets. Now, my intention is to do a street strip, so I also got some of the fiberglass seats like you find at your Jags and Summit Racing, so I got a set of those too. So I got a pair of each. And yeah, I know the steering column is a little wonky. I just kind of threw it back together to roll it out of the shop, but the other cars came along and I pushed this thing outside. It's been sitting out here for 2 years covered up. And I said, you know what, I spent all that money, spent probably $2,000 on bodywork on this car. And it's sitting out in the elements. So I'm going to pull it on the carport. We're going to start tinkering on it. I don't know exactly what all we're going to do, but maybe we're going to do something. I'm going to start tinkering on it. And because it's a cool car, and this paint, I've never used this paint before. I want to try it. It's very inexpensive paint. It's that Duplicolor stuff that you buy at the parts store, and I bought the forest green or jade green or whatever you call it. And I didn't clear coat it. It's got quite a bit of metal flake in it, and I haven't clear coated it, haven't buffed it, just shot it, just trimmed it out. That's all I did. I paid about $220 for this shock or strut rod that holds the trunk lid up. Here's a couple things, something like this here. I can be working on stuff like this. I don't have any spare time. There's no such thing as spare time in my life. But I'm gonna play with it some, and you know, we'll see what we can do with it. I got an 8 3/4 end for it, and I've got a 318 engine I'd like to put in it. That supposedly runs. I'll go through it and check it out, make sure it's good. And yeah, I'm introducing this car to you on the channel. It is a 1966. Which is a 1 year only fenders, hood, grill, front and rear bumper, and a 1 year only, I believe, dash instrument cluster, 1 year only tail lights, and 1 year only quarter panel. So, but I don't know. It's a street strip car. Well, I put a cage in it. I don't know. I got a couple race cars already, but I'm definitely gonna have some fun with it. These cars don't bring any money. I mean, they're coming along. Absolutely no disrespect, because I've got 2 of them. Here's another one I got. This is an actual race car. So this will probably be a street car. I don't know if I'll put a cage in it, but I got to start doing something with these cars. I've got 4 or 5 project cars here, so this is what we've got with this one. I paid a guy 180 bucks to take the windshield out of the parts car and put in this car, and then it's starting to laminate, and it's got a big windshield wiper scratch on it, which I can probably fix that, but ain't nothing to do with this lamination, so that kind of sucks. Oh, also I painted around the windshield before he came and installed it. That paint has held up. It's been sitting outside for 2 years, and it sat in the shop for probably 6 months. Duplicolor. That kind of like a lacquer paint that's got this pre-mixed. That's a good test of time right there, folks. Now I didn't even clear coat it. Now let you look under the hood. There's nothing here to see. It's don't even have the hinges on it yet. The head is heavy. But it's power steering car. It's an AC car. And 273 V8. So don't know if I'll put the AC back on it or not. Maybe 318 warmed over 318, 8 3/4 rear will go under it, and a 904 torque flight. I've already got all that stuff, so let's start putting this thing together. Thought about mini tubbing it. That's a very good possibility to get mini tubbed, springs moved inboard. That is a strong possibility. I'm a hot rodder at heart, folks. That's what I am. I just can't help it. I gotta have my hot rods. I gotta play. All right, so there you are, the introduction of the 66 Barracuda. Green. It's kind of like my Bopar Bullet Mustang thing. I kind of wanted that green look. Thought about doing the hood in black. I've seen where they did the hood in black, and I think the parts of the cowl or something was also in black, or maybe part of the roof. A couple of paint schemes I've seen, or just leave the whole thing green. I'm not sure, but also thought about getting a glass hood for it. That's a possibility too. And they make a whale-tailed spoiler for these things. I was all over that at one time. I'm kind of starting to frown on it now. I don't think I'm going to do that. Okay, enough rambling. Waiting on my buddy Field Agent 390 to get here. We're going to put it up under the carport, get it out of the weather, and we'll start doing a little bit with it. All right, folks, later on.